for those who have had upper airway and ear involvement, do you recommend any kind of surveillance or things to watch for in terms of monitoring for lower airway involvement, like regular chest x-rays, blood work? This person has been diagnosed since 1998, so they're just wondering how to protect their future.
Right. That's a great question. And I'll just jump and say, this is what I tell my kids all the time, is the best way to deal with problems is to prevent them. That's number one. Once you have a diagnosis, which is already often more than 50% of the problem, have your antennas up, surveillance is critical. And sometimes you can have an abnormal blood test, a small something in the nose, the joint pain can come. A good rheumatologist will say, come early, because you can quote me, as a doctor, you almost never get credit for something that didn't happen. It's a very powerful thought. So you want to prevent recurrence. You all know Anthony Fauci from COVID fame. His most famously quoted paper ever is actually a review on 158 patients of GPA. I was actually honored to be on that paper as well. And it's considered one of the gold standards. But the reason I mentioned that paper is the upshot of it is that left untreated in this cohort, and these were the more classical GPA patients, 80% of patients with GPA will flare within 5 years. So the concept of surveillance is very important. Nip it in the bud. That was before rituximab was around and available to treat this. I think I mentioned before, I think it's a game changer. I like the analogy, again, if you're smelling smoke, call the fire department early.
Right. Thank you so
much. That's
much.
what it's a fire of the airway, and you got to put it out however you're going to do it, and then let the builders and the contractors figure out how to reconstruct things.